I think beauty would be anything or anyone that's physically or emotionally appealing.
Beauty is the same meaning as art. It's anything that can move someone, anything that can evoke emotion.
I think there are like a lot of different beautiful looking people, but I think a lot of it just really does come within, like from a place of self-confidence and like thinking you are beautiful, or like if you are a really good person, I think you're just naturally more attracted.
Beauty in general has had a huge influence on my life and has actually taken a very large toll on my life.
I've always been the one out of my friends with the smallest breasts, and I've always been uncomfortable with that, and like always wanted to alter it ever since like I realized it, you know.
Nobody ever really told me I was pretty like for a long time, and then I started modeling, and like people tell me on shoots like, oh, you're so pretty, and like I felt appreciated for that. So I think I got more self-confidence in that sense.
I had an eating disorder from the time I was like 9.5 up into, I still consider myself recovering from an eating disorder. I suffered from anorexia nervosa and later on bulimia nervosa.
Well, I mean, I think that a big thing in America is like modeling and like just that whole thing, like Victoria's Secret angels, and everyone thinks like they're perfect, and so that's what I'd say is like something that's big here.
I hadn't really thought about becoming one, and then I was like, oh, well, you know, I should kind of shop around for other agencies, and then they rejected me, and so that was kind of like a blow because I was still really young. And then I signed with this one, and I felt like pretty and cool and stuff like that. But I think as time has kind of gone on, like being a model definitely does, it like makes you feel good about yourself, because like there's, I guess, this kind of agreement that like you're the standard of beauty, whatever that means.
There are extremes that are advertised positively by the society that we live in, and with all the celebrities and all the blogs about like so-and-so lost 50 pounds on the lemon and cayenne pepper diet. Like, it's all bullshit.
I know a girl named Charlotte who is a really good model, and she's already so tiny, and they told her to start losing weight. They cut out like all her fat and had her exercising like crazy. And she was in the hospital like several times. And then I was talking to her afterwards, and she was like, oh, if I just stay under 900 calories, I'll be fine.
It just took a major toll on my body, and the passion I once loved, dance and music, started to dwindle and literally went down the toilet.
It definitely alters my perception of myself. Like I notice like, oh, like I think I can't eat that because I'll get fat, or like when I sit down, I'll like be touching my thighs or something, kind of like thinking I'm getting fat from doing homework or something like that.
I try not to give weight value anymore.
This year they wanted to send me to Fashion Week, and they wanted me to lose 2 inches off of my hips. But I just ended up not going because I knew I couldn't do it without being anorexic, and I didn't really want to do that.
I'm gonna get breast augmentation because I've always been self-conscious about that part of my body, and it's just something I've wanted for a couple years.
I've really seen the great lengths that people go to be in this industry, how competitive it is.
Society has affected it a lot, and that's affected me and made me want to get it done.
What I do to make myself feel more beautiful is just like exercising and eating healthy.
Yeah, I think it's worth the money and the pain for afterwards, just because, I don't know, like after everything's paid off and after all the pain goes away, like you have the results you wanted. So.
I realized like I have so much to live for. I have my whole family and all my goals, and I have a life, and I was given a life by my parents not to be sitting over my toilet just throwing up everything, but to actually make something of my life and even leave an imprint on other people's lives.
much talking these days. These days I seem to think a lot about the things that I forgot to do.